tonight's video, guys, we actually have the Bible. So yeah, we're just going to be continuing a series that I did actually start sometime last year. I think it was towards the end of last year. And yeah, we're on part 4 of our SMR Bible reading, so I really do hope you enjoy. Let's pick up where we left off, and that was chapter 5. Let's begin, and I hope that you enjoy the Bible reading. Let's begin. Okay, so chapter 5. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. And Adam lived 130 years, and begat a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam, after he had begotten Seth, were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And Seth lived 150 years, and begot Enos. And Seth lived, after he begot Enos, 807 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. And Enos lived 90 years, and begot Canaan. And Enos lived, after he begot Canaan, 815 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. And Canaan lived 70 years, and begot Mahalalel. And Canaan lived, after he begot Mahalalel, 840 years. And Canaan lived 70 years, and begot Mahalalel. And Canaan lived, after he begot Mahalalel, 840 years. And all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years, and begot Jared. And Mahalalel lived, after he begot Jared, 830 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. And Jared lived 162 years, and he begot Enoch. And Jared lived, after he begat Enoch, 800 years, 177 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Chapter 6. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always thrive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that. Don't you think it's crazy how back then, like thousands and thousands of years ago, just so long ago, that people would live into the hundreds? It's pretty crazy to me. Anyways, Genesis 7, we're still on chapter 6 by the way. When the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. And God saw that their wickedness of men was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Okay. And it repented the Lord that he had made man of the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy men whom I have created for the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. There are the generations of Noah. They are. Noah was just a man, and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Noah begot. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. And God looked upon the earth, and behold it. And God said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without the pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 100 cubits, the breadth of its 50 cubits, and the height of 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof. With lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. Okay. Just making the ark now. And behold, my people, I do bring flood of water upon the earth, to destroy all flesh, wherein is the destroy all flesh chapter 7. Let me just point something out. I really, really do enjoy reading the Bible, and I can understand it pretty well. It's pretty easy to understand, which is something that I didn't actually expect before reading the Bible. The wording, though, it is very, very, very old wording, which is kind of hard to read, and when the words change, they go into a different line. There's like a dash, which is continuing the word after the line. There's no space on the line, so it is kind of harder to read. But yeah, apart from that, I'm really enjoying reading this Bible. So yeah, let's continue on chapter 7. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for 3 have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to 3 by 7s, the male and his female, and the beast that are not his female clean by 2, the male and his female. Of fowls also of the air by 7s, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. And Noah did accordingly unto all that the Lord commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, into the ark, because of the waters of the flood, of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and fowls, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went into unto Noah into the ark the male and the female, and God had commanded Noah. The flood is abated. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, and 17th day of the month, the same day where all the fountains of the great deep broke up, and the windows of the heavens were opened, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. In the same self-shame day entered Noah, and the Shem, and Ham, verses 8. And God remembered Noah, and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged, the fountains also of the deep, and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained, and the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150th day, the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat, and the waters decreased continually until the 10th mountain, till the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass at the end of 40th days that Noah opened the windows of the ark which he had made, and he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro, and he sent forth a raven. Also he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand, and took her, and pulled her in unto him into the ark, and he stayed yet other 7 days. And again he sent forth the dove out of the ark, and the dove came in to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So no one knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark. And looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, and in the 7th month, on the 27th day of the month, was the earth dried. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou, and thy wife, and thy son, and thy son's wives with thee. Bring forth with every living thing that is with thee, of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that thou may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful, and multiply upon the is because I just want to take it steady with the Bible. I think the Bible is an important thing to read. Personally, I've never read it in the past, and yeah, I just think it's something to do, especially it's good for a series, you know, instead of doing some sort of ramble. But I do have a lot more reading videos coming that will be better understanding as well. For example, conspiracy theories. I want to read some conspiracies, some stories that people have gave first hand of their experiences or their opinions, etc. So sorry about that, my people. Mike did actually get full of story, so I just had to empty that on the computer. So yeah, sorry. But really, guys, I have a lot of reading, conspiracy theories, fact videos. You literally name it, I'm going to be doing. So yeah, guys, I'm also going to be posting twice a day as well. I'm very excited to start. I'm going to be doing that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed tonight. Have a blessed rest of your day, night, or evening, wherever you are in the eye. Well, and yeah, let me know when you actually think I should post Bible reading videos. Should I do them once, twice a week? I don't know. You guys, just let me know. We do also have the channel as well, the cross, the crucifix, the cross, whatever you want to